We are live on Facebook, and so what we're going to do, Chrissy, is just sit for a beat, wait for some people to come on. Hey,
Okay.
people, we're here. Come and say hello.
I'm excited.
Wave to us. Say hi. The church bells are ringing in Park Ridge. Do you hear them?
Yes, that's for the healthcare professionals, which is so beautiful and amazing.
At noon, they also go off too because it's noontime. But they're also ringing for the healthcare. When do the healthcare bells go off?
They go 2 times a day. All the churches in Park Ridge ring their bells for the frontline workers, the healthcare, first responders, police, fire.
How come I didn't hear of this? And I live in Park Ridge. What time of the day is this?
Listen, you have to have Chris Hickey. Chris Hickey is the end all be. He knows everything.
So maybe we should have had your husband on the show. Is that what you're referring to your husband, right?
Yes.
Chris? Because not to confuse things with people that are just tuning in, I think Bob is on. Bob is our loyal, longtime listener, viewer. Hi, Bob. Chrissy, say hi to Bob.
Hi, Bob. Thanks for joining us.
Bob came out to Winter Music Fest. I got to meet him there. He's been a longtime listener of the Dolly McCarthy Show and now a longtime viewer, right, Bob? Sticking with us. So appreciate you coming on, Bob, and listening to What's the Good Word. Anyway, we were talking about the church bells.
Yes. Sorry, of course.
You showing us the top of your head there? There we go.
No, of course I can't.
I'll show my roots. I'll show my roots too. Oh, it's scary.
Of course I can't see anything, and I hear my dogs barking because I'm sure, the House of Crazy is going to rile up any minute. This is the quietest I think it's been in 6 months. So,
right.
It's just a matter of moments before it all blows.
Chrissy and I are mothers of 5 children, so it's always crazy at our houses. But the other couple of weeks ago, you and I were on the phone for what, like 2 hours? It was fantastic, and our kids were like, "Let the moms be."
Yeah,
let them be. We needed to talk.
Yes, with just very minimal. Okay, darling, what can I get you? You
were gentle. I was like, out.
those maids hats that we wear. Well, see, I still have, it's kind of interesting is that my eldest, I think, is older than your eldest. And then my baby is 9.
Yeah.
So I still have to be a little.
Oh, I'm good. I'm nice sometimes.
Oh, I know you are. I know you are, but I'm saying like, I can't explain to her why she needs to leave the room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't talking anything like, PG.
Oh, I know, but sometimes it's nice to have a moment to yourself.
Right, exactly.
Especially, it's kind of interesting because, we're in this time now and it's like, I wish I had a moment to myself to, read a book or do something. And now here we are locked in the house and there's less time to yourself than there is when you budget it and schedule it. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. When you kind of say, okay, this is going to be my time, on Monday evening between 7 and 9, I am absolutely and totally indisposed. You are not allowed to knock on my door. You are not allowed to enter my bedroom, especially my bathroom area.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
And then when I do that, I know you're just like me. You're a great mom. I'm not tooting my own horn, but when you do that, immediately you feel the guilt because God, we are so blessed to have these children in our lives, and they're only with us for a short time. We've talked about this before, my friend. And hey, wait a minute. It is the church bells are still going off.
Yeah.
And it's 12:04. We're kind of late running the show. What's the good word, everybody?
Hi, everyone.
Tim on there. We've got Phyllis. Hello. We hope more of you will join us. Go and get your lunches. Come on, gather around your computer screens, your smartphones, and listen in because we've got a great show for you. What's the good word? Hello, everybody. Chrissy, what's the good word?
Hi. The word is that we're all here and healthy. And, as long as that's what the top rung of the ladder is, that's the best rung of the ladder. Everything else can kind of fall underneath you as long as we have the health and happiness of our families.
Absolutely. Well, What's the Good Word is a show, Facebook Live show brought to you by Park Ridge Living Magazine and Be Local Northwest Chicagoland, where I was born and raised. And I think, Chrissy, you were too, right? Your dad was a
Absolutely.
Chicago cop.
Yes.
Here's to our first responders, including those Chicago cops and firefighters, even Park Ridge cops and firefighters, all of everybody. We're giving you a big virtual hug. I'm going to get you in a headlock too.
Yeah. My mom was a CPS teacher, so
And the teachers too. Speaking of teachers, I want to do a shout out to all the moms at home and dads too. But I know most of it is falling on the moms' laps. All the e-learning, and this is the final week for Park Ridge moms. Woohoo! There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you all have done a great job. So give yourselves a pat on the back. To see you too. You deserve a pat on the back. I am the host of this fun, wild show. Dolly McCarthy.
Gonna be wild today.
I am, no, because we've got a great guest on our show. I'm the publisher and editor of Park Ridge Living Magazine, Be Local, Northwest Chicagoland. This is a live experience that is going to be bringing you, or has been for the last week and a half since we started this, live interviews with local residents. I almost said restaurants. Yeah, we will have restaurants too. Local residents, businesses, non-for-profits, community leaders, and it will give you that opportunity to respond and comment in real time. So please do. We love your comments. Come on, I don't see. Oh, here, we got some comments. Bob says, hi, Chris. I think he's saying hello to your husband, Chris. Not to confuse. Her husband is Chris Hickey, and she's Christine, but we call her Chrissy Hickey. So, and Bob says, hi, Dolly, best part of the day watching you. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, this is going to be the best part of your week. Chrissy Hickey is here. She is the owner operator of Elemental Float and Cryotherapy. This is a business that's located in Uptown Park Ridge, just north and a little further west of the historic Pickwick Theater. And so you can't miss it. It's a beautiful space, and actually in a very historic building. Her front doors of the Elemental Float are still, like, what are they, 100 years old? The whole facade?
Yeah, it's like, yes, the building was built in the late 1800s, and then it was so many different things: a post office, a post office, a bank, a funeral parlor, Kiko's Flowers for 45 years.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
A funeral parlor. Wow.
Yes. there's still got to get farther.
Did you know we're gonna kind of be, this is a loose show. I mean, see. Hi, Randy White. He says, hello, Dolly and Park Ridge. Declan Stapleton, float on, my friend. I don't want to get off course, but do you know, a little trivia for you. Mother Cabrini lived in Park Ridge, and she ran a dairy farm, and she would raise the cows and milk the cows and transfer that milk to those in the inner city. There were not projects then, but there were homes there for homeless people in need.
Wow.
And Mother Cabrini, the saint, Mother Cabrini. So strong connection to St. Paul of the Cross here. She also prayed at that church. I think there was a church before the existing one. I got to do a little bit more history as you.
Yeah,
can.
the
Mother Cabrini walked
the Our Lady of the Angels, where the big fire was.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, a little trivia for you. Okay, we're getting off course here. What's the Good Word is also was started to support local businesses and non-for-profits during this COVID-19 pandemic. And we felt, I felt as the publisher of these magazines, that I needed to do more. And we have done other things, but I think this was probably the best yet. We're getting hundreds of viewers live and throughout the day. More so, we've had probably over 2,000 viewers since the show started. So that's a good start. Thank you all. Yes. Appreciate it. But what's the good word, everybody? Elemental Float and Cryotherapy is located at 127 Northwest Highway in Park Ridge. As I said, just down the street from the historic Pickwick Theater. It's a beautiful space, a lovely vibe, very relaxing, calming. But it's not calming. These ladies go to work on you to make you feel better, look good. Hey, my friend, it's better to look good than to feel good, right?
Always.
Oh my goodness. So, Chrissy Hickey, welcome to What's the Good Word? And tell us a little bit about yourself and why you started cryotherapy, elemental float and cryotherapy.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. This is great. I think that I do definitely own what I like to call the spaceship shop in town. It's something very different than anybody has ever really kind of encountered. It's flotation, which is 10 inches of water, 900 pounds of Epsom salt, 1 hour in sensory deprivation. Sensory deprivation allows the brain to go into theta brainwave state, and which is very, very, it allows the plasma to rush through your brain and kind of clean out all of those trash thoughts and free radicals. Like, not only does it do it emotionally and mentally, but physically as well. It cleans your brain of, we live in an atmosphere with Roundup in it. So, it's a really nice opportunity to kind of get that overall wellness and healing, and also doing something for your brain, because it affects you both mentally and physically. And same thing with cryotherapy. Cryotherapy is a dry treatment. A lot of people think that you step into like an ice bath of 210 degrees below zero. No, absolutely not. The reason that your body is able to withstand that is because it is dry. So we're not putting you into an uncomfortable ice bath like you would if you were training or if you had some kind of, ailment or injury. So it's dry. It's a tube. It's 3 minutes. We play your favorite song.
3 minutes of your life.
It's awesome though, and it is addictive. It really is. And I'll tell you something, it's kind of interesting how innovative cryotherapy is. Developed in the mid 80s, it hasn't had a lot of research until now, because all of these top performance athletes, these movie stars that are trying to stay fit, you burn calories, you boost your metabolism, your immune system. I mean, these two treatments, which I find hilarious that we're non-essential in this time, but these two treatments are so beneficial for your immune system. Not only the large degree of salt, but the sub-zero temps. Nothing could live in that environment. It's very caustic, and your body is an amazing machine that can withstand these things. So it's kind of interesting how
I have to say, when I first did the cryotherapy, I'm trying to remember the song you played for me. I mean, she cranks the music so it distracts your mind, so you don't think about how cold you are. But I guess we're an advantage. We live in Chicagoland, so it's like going out and running out in your bathrobe to get the mail or throw out the garbage. So it's like that kind of experience. So it's an intense 3 minutes. It is probably the longest 3 minutes of your life, but it goes by really fast. And you crank the music really loud. It's a great experience, and it's so exhilarating. I have seen the benefits personally myself, but I do love the floating too. But the floating I'm working on.
Yes, me too.
You get in there, and as a mom of 5, and you know this, Chrissy, you get in there and you finally have a chance to quiet yourself and quiet your mind and no distractions. And you think that we would just relax.
No, it's like 5 minutes. You're like, okay, I'm done. I'm relaxed. I'm perfect. Let's go. I'm wasting time. What do I got to do? Yes. Yeah. I get it.
I'm guilty of this. After 20 minutes, I got out of the tub and I wrote a note to myself of something I had to do later on. Isn't that crazy? I felt guilty. I didn't want to tell anybody, but I am going to work on that. We're going to work on that because we so need that. Okay, the benefits of floating. Let's tackle that. It's a half-hour float. How does that work? And people can buy packages, right? Because you don't want to do this one time. You want to get into the habit of this. And the first couple times, I'll warn you though, as a mom, you're going to be laying there thinking of all the things that you have to get done. And you're going to be like, oh, when is this going to be over? You really just calm your mind and take it in. And
well, you'd be shocked. Because honestly, like, I have doctors and bankers and like these high energy, like, traders and marketing people and like all these. I mean, I have people in there that are like, oh my God, that was the best hour of my life. I'm like, how'd you do it? Just let me know. How'd you do it? Like, it's so interesting what a job mom really is, in comparison to to everything else. Mom is probably the most difficult job.
Yeah. So don't buy mom one gift certificate to Elemental.
Yes.
Yes. Try to get her a 12-pack. So
Well,
she every single week and gets into it and really finally sees the benefits herself, believes in the benefits, because the benefits do happen. I want to give a shout out to Chris Short. He says, "What's up, ladies?" Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
He says he loves doing cryo at Elemental Float and Cryotherapy. They treat the customer great and it works big time. Okay, how's that? That's great. Thanks, Chris.
Well, Chris was great. Chris would come in and Maine South football would win. And then he didn't come in and we lost.
I want to do a shout out to Dan and Katie. Thank you guys for tuning in. Lori Jensen, my pal, Tammy, my girlfriend, one of my best buds right there. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody tunes in now at noon. I love it.
So let me thank you.
What are you all eating out there? All right, so let's not get distracted. We're talking about cryotherapy and floating with Chrissy Hickey. She's the owner and operator of Elemental Float and Cryotherapy in Uptown Park Ridge, just right down the street from the historic Pickwick Theater. So floating, the benefits of floating. We've talked about the challenges of mom floating, but let's talk about the benefits.
You're absolutely right. Okay, you're absolutely right. It does. We offer half hour, 1 hour, and 90-minute floats, and we also do custom, like 2 hours. You know, some people want to listen to album size, and it's a very interesting, strategic move for your brain. Really, if you need to concentrate on sports or how you're going to win that game or how you're going to close that deal with your marketing campaign and how you're going to really, it's an excellent way to clear your mind of absolutely everything and concentrate on the things that you thought were such huge. See, because we all say, okay, I'm going to go over and pick my phone up and put it on the charger. But first I'm going to help this kid and get her some lunch. Then I'm going to, I see there's a little dust under that couch. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to call my mom really quickly. And then I'm going to pick up the phone and put it. So,
and then I'll read that book. And then I'll take that bath.
Right. And that's how life is. Really, honestly, you kind of get distracted along the way doing all of these things. So taking away your sight, your smell, your taste, your touch, and your sound, it's just sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. So everything is cut off, which gives your brain the absolute instant theta brainwave state, which is that comfortable space between sleeping and awake. It's very lucid, and if you can, that's why we're saying it takes a couple times to get in there. We do recommend a first time floater to take an hour, because you'll get in there for a half hour, you'll just get acclimated, it's time to get out. So we do recommend that our floaters, first timers, do 1 hour. We do have half hour packages available, but literally, I mean, truth be told, transparently, it's not worth the money to go in a half an hour unless you are advanced, unless you are somebody that can immediately get in there and reap those benefits. But as far as your body is concerned, magnesium, so it's 900 pounds of Epsom salt.
That's what I was going to ask you. What's in the water? And by the way, you can water. Couples can do this too, but no footsie.
Yeah, no making babies or having babies in my tub. That's it.
The alarm goes off, the lights go on, and
the water turns green.
For couples married over 20 years, I'm teasing, okay?
I joke, I kid. Okay, no, but yes, so what happens is the magnesium, it's just salt and water, and per volume, we have more salt than the Dead Sea. So magnesium, which is a supplement that especially a lot of women take. But chances are, if you have muscle pains, things like that, and you're taking magnesium as a supplement, chances are you're not taking it with the other supplements for maximum absorption. So basically what you're looking at is magnesium, which is best and most readily absorbed through the skin, is sinking directly into your skin, giving you the massive dose of magnesium that your body can handle in one day.
And magnesium, if you have osteoporosis, very good to have. You got to have that with the calcium.
Any kind of, yes. But this is a massive dose of it. So think about saving the $19 on the magnesium supplement and putting it toward one bath that will make you feel good for at least 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Sometimes even longer.
Okay,
I am not the floater. I am not, but I got out of that. I'm cryotherapy all the way. I'm somebody that's quick. I need to keep moving. I need to kind of get myself into motion. But
let's talk about cryotherapy. I wish I had a longer show because
no, it's fine.
Too much fun, my friend. Let's talk about cryotherapy, and then you have some other some pieces of equipment there that are alternatives to liposuction, right? We want to talk about those.
Right. So cryotherapy is very interesting. Like I said, it boosts all of your vital organs so what happens is the body is subjected to sub-zero temperatures for 3 minutes. That's the most intense amount that the body can take, and the absolute longest time that the body can take it without becoming damaged or burned. But what happens is that you go into this immediate fight or flight mode, okay? And all of your blood from all of your extremities all the way in is flushed through your internal organs, and it's circulating through there at a quick pace to keep you alive. Because while you can live without fingers and toes, you can't live without your vital organs. So your body is reacting because it doesn't know how long it's going to be subjected like that. So it's automatically fighting for your life. The body is the most amazing computer that we have. It is the most detailed, intricate. It cleans itself out. It's made to stand up. This is why you boost your metabolism, you boost your immune system, your circulatory, respiratory, adrenal, renal, your skin, every single system in the body, your endocrine, your lymphatic, it's all absolutely and totally boosted by this 3-minute process. And the amount of benefits that are attained in the 3 minutes is absolutely miraculous in a way.
How often should someone do that? Is that a weekly thing, or is it after a workout?
I have clients that are heavy duty athletes that train for triathlons and marathons and things like that. And I also have clients that have MS that come in. Now, those clients will come probably 4 to 5 times a week. And then what happens is for example, for a client with MS that's trying to beat the pain, what'll happen is they'll get up on top of that swelling and that inflammation and that horrible pain, and then they only need it once a week to sustain that overall feeling of wellness. I keep saying that word, overall feeling of wellness, because really there's nothing in the whole wide world as a person who fell off a stage and broke their back, and that's why I got into this therapy. For a person to wake up with a catastrophic back injury and say, you know what, I feel okay today. Or somebody that wakes up with chronic, chronic celiac disease, MS, chronic pain, chronic inflammation caused by different psoriatic arthritis, psoriatic spots. This is an amazing treatment. I cannot say it enough. I'm a person that I hate shopping. I walk into a store. If I see something, I will beeline right to it. I don't care if it's $1,000, I'll buy it. You know what I mean? But I am somebody that you got 7 seconds to turn my cranks. If you can't do it, forget it. This machine absolutely, enamored me. And I was in love the moment I saw it. And how about it that it burns like between 300 and 800 calories, depending on your motion, that kind of thing. I actually called Beth DeStasio who is the head of Impact Cryotherapy, and we have an Impact machine, which is amazing because it's not about the lights and all the pretty colors. It's about the nitrogen on the body and the state-of-the-art collar that holds it down onto you. You could like jog in there because we don't have hydraulic lifts and all these. We have Impact made right here in America, and it's absolutely the best machine, and it has the safest protocol. So, and our gear is awesome. You're never going to get, that thing with Antonio Brown, whoever leaked that story, whoever went in that cryo thing, they should all be just put in a corner for being dumb with the dunce cap on. You know what I mean?
Right here, and this is live.
We have no injuries. We have 0 injuries. We have 0 we have zero problems. I don't know anybody who's ever come out of that machine and said, wow, that was the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. They say that was cold. It took a long time, but it's an addiction, and it gets more and more because you just feel so good when it's done.
Yeah. Cryotherapy, floating, and then you said there's a piece of equipment for
sure.
liposuction. Is that right? Is it
Yes. So we have two machines actually that are alternative machines. We have the Cryo Penguin, which is the cryoscience penguin. There's not a lot of people that have the penguin because when you're talking about localized cryotherapy, you're talking about literally just streaming the nitrogen through a hose and then blowing it onto a certain area of the body, or that's injured. The face for a cryotherapy facial, which is so beneficial, and I love that facial. I love that treatment. Very, very, very affordable. It's one of our, but the beautiful thing about the cryoscience penguin, it has a real-time temperature gauge on it. So it's literally taking the temperature of your skin as I'm applying it, so that there is no margin of error. You will not burn someone, you will not hurt someone, you will not overexpose them, and again, unless you're completely negligent and you're missing some cylinders there. You're not going to hurt anyone, especially if you have a certified license. And we're practitioners. We're not estheticians. We're not, we have certification that
Sure.
we're alternative miscellaneous health practitioners. So you're talking, especially when you come into my shop, I don't have a 15-year-old kid that's filing you in and out. You have owner attention, and you have very, very specifically trained technicians and things like that. And pretty much it's me.
That's really important, especially
with
this high-end equipment, state-of-the-art equipment. COVID-19 is here. How has it affected your business? And I want to put this out there. How can people support you? Gift certificates. I encourage everybody watching right now to like your page, Elemental Float and Cryotherapy. These are family-owned businesses that have been featured on What's the Good Word here on the Northwest Side. They're impacting our local economy, and you're supporting quality businesses and families behind all of this. So please do like Elemental Float and Cryotherapy on Facebook and Instagram. So Chrissy, how has this all impacted your business? You're shut down right now, right? Because you're not.
Yes, we've been deemed as non-essential. We've been shut down since March 15th was the cutoff date where they mandated it and said, you need to close your doors of your business. You have until Monday. But really at that time, if you're talking about 2 days difference, it's not worth the difference of my health or my children's health. If I'm, and just to bring it all the way around full circle, I also have a cryotherapy paddle that I can put to your body and melt fat cells, stubborn fat cells, white fat cells, turn them to brown, wash them out of your body through your lymphatic system. Very, very interesting. A little bit more. That's the only thing in the place that's different cost. That's $350 a treatment, or right now we have a sale for $1,500 for 6, which is $300 less than it usually is, and that's also a $300 save. So you're saving about $600.
You're obviously throwing these discounts out there, trying to stay, don't mind the pun, afloat.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let me tell you about COVID-19.
A company that has some unique equipment, quality equipment. It's not every day you see a company like this in our neighborhood. So it's really important to value what the services are that they're providing out there. I don't have too much time left, so I want to get to really.
So yeah, let me tell you this. COVID-19 has leveled us. We're of course we're in this historic building. There's tons of overhead. There's employees. There's all kinds of terrible things that have happened. I can't tell you enough, going on buying a gift certificate, especially during this time when we have really deep discounts. We have 20% off of any singular treatment and 30% off of all the packages. Now, like Dolly said, as you buy a package, the more you buy, the less it is. But if you buy a package, it gives you the opportunity to settle into these habits of wellness and these opportunities to either meditate or to benefit your diet, tandem your exercise program, help yourself if you're feeling pain. I have a lot of beauticians and things that have, swelling in the hands from, or in carpenters. Guys are like, oh my God, I can move my hand, to see a grown man say to you, oh my God, you helped me so much. Thank you so much. Women, grabbing my arm, oh my God, crying. Guy comes in, says, I can't tie my shoes, comes out and he puts his clothes on and he leaves, kind of thing. It's very interesting to give people the benefit of feeling good. We also have discounted prices every day, not when this started, but since the day we opened our doors 3 years ago. We have every day first responder, nurses, police, fire, ambulance drivers, any civil servant, veteran, active duty, anything you're doing to help the community on an anonymous level as a hero every day. Forget about COVID-19, but every day, protecting these people's families that they don't even know who you are, and honestly, we have a benefit and a discount for them every day. So I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted, Dolly, for you to, if there are first responders or somebody that has a first responder as a husband, you can take 5 people from that list, or husband or wife or mother or father or whomever, if they have a special first responder, I would like to give, or if there are first responders on the thread, I would like to give, 5 instant cryos to, or float to first responder.
Really generous of you, Chrissy, really generous of you. And of course, I said it before, let's support these local mom and pop shops. Chrissy and Chris Hickey, her husband, family owned, and they're deserving of it, because not just because they're a local family and have 5 kids and growing, but because they're a quality operation. And these are services that are unique and something that's state of the art, that is a desirable thing. You hear about it all over Hollywood. They're all doing the cryo and the floating, and I've really enjoyed my cryo and my floating. I really can't say enough good things about it. And we've been getting so many people responding. Bob says, so informative. Thank you, Chrissy. This is something that is still new to a lot of people. They're not aware of these services, of this equipment that can really make a huge impact in their lives. So of course, we want to support all local businesses. Today, we're focusing on Elemental Float and Cryotherapy. They're in Uptown Park Ridge. I'm giving away a gift certificate as well to cryotherapy, to Elemental Float and Cryotherapy. It's a long one. I'm trying to get it all out. And we're also giving away gift certificates to I Caramba, which is a great Mexican restaurant 3 doors down from me. Play and Spin. It's a great indoor amusement park that's been shut down, where our kids, Chrissy, I know your kids loved it, love to go.
Oh, yeah.
Play and Spin. These are all family owned and operated, folks. So I just want to raise awareness about this. So please do like Chrissy's Elemental Float and Cryotherapy's Facebook and Instagram. So by doing that, you're going to be entered into a pool. And on Friday afternoon, I'm going to pick a name randomly, and you'll win all of these gift cards. So it's really important that you do this as much as you can all throughout the week. And I'm tracking them. And we've got Bob as a front runner here.
Bob.
Did you follow Elemental Float and Cryotherapy? You also have to follow Park Ridge Living, of course, and Be Local Northwest Chicagoland, so we can continue to bring you this kind of programming and publications that build community and support local businesses. Chrissy Hickey, any last words? Any good word to leave off the show?
It's been rough, for us here. My husband has, my husband works for a family business, and I own my own business, and I just want to say thank you, Dolly, for all the stuff you're doing. I mean, honestly, I have applied for all of these protection programs. I have done all of my footwork, but there's been nothing more beneficial than you so far. I would like to, I wish I knew if other businesses were receiving these benefits and stimulus and that kind of stuff. I think that it should be a more I think our leaders in this town should come forward and try to help out these businesses too. But I have to thank you for every single thing you've done for me, because really you've been checking in with me weekly. You've been trying to do these things. I've been featured in the magazine. I can't even tell you, and I don't want to cry in front of all of your people, but really you have been a lifesaver to a lot of these businesses. And also too, like the Light the Night Wednesdays have been close to my heart. My family and is in law enforcement. So
Yeah,
thank you.
oh, you're so welcome. Oh my goodness. You're going to make me cry now.
I know. Sorry. But thank you for everything you've done for me.
I'm thinking of your family members, the nurses that are getting up at all hours of the day, early morning, and saying goodbye to their children and going into the hospital and helping my girlfriend's mother, my girlfriend's father who has COVID, grandparents that have COVID. I am so grateful to them that they have the courage to get up every day. And even when they're tired and worried and stressed, they're showing up and they're putting a smile on their faces and they're doing it. So I think Wednesday nights are really important. And I know it's starting to fade off, and I'm sad to see that. It was really strong in the beginning, our campaign on Wednesday nights at 8:00. It was beautiful to walk around, but I didn't see too many this last Wednesday. So I hope people still hang in there, and let's still keep that going. And again, like I said yesterday, we still have free. Do I have it? I thought I had one here. Free luminaries for you. So if you don't have a candle, there's no excuse. Stop by 132 South Prospect. We're 3 doors down from I Caramba, around the corner from Harp and Fiddle, just 2 blocks south of Elemental Float and Cryotherapy. And they'll be back. We'll all be back. We're all in this together. We're all going to be back. But let's just stop by and pick up that luminary, and we're going to keep the faith and support each other. Be there for each other. We got to take care of each other. That's what I always say. Well, okay. Again, we're wrapping up. Chrissy Hickey, thank you so much for coming on the show and for all you do, and the generosity you do. I should do a shout out. You do a lot of things for non-for-profits. So we need to tip the hat to you, my friend.
Thank you.
Your generosity in supporting the show and charities all over town with gift certificates to your business. You're the heart of this community. People like you, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Please do like her pages, Elemental Float and Cryotherapy on Instagram and Facebook. Chrissy, thanks so much. Best to you. And we will be back. We will see you very soon, my friend.
Here's hoping.
Okay.
Thanks, Molly.
Thanks
for having me.
You're so welcome. That's a wrap, everybody. Thanks for watching our little show here. What's the Good Word? It's been a blast. We went a little over because I had someone very extra special on today.
Thank you.
We got a lot to talk about. So come on back here tomorrow at noon for another edition of What's the Good Word. I'm Dolly McCarthy. So long, everybody. Be well.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Dom.